Coming up, Jonathan and the team head to the Devil's Spring system in Florida to dive a high-flow cave where the spring meets a river. Welcome to Jonathan Bird's Blue World.
The Santa Fe River meanders its way through northern Florida. Along the way, it's fed by many springs, including the Devil's Spring system, which is famous with cave divers. I've done a fair number of cave dives, but I've never done a really high flow cave. So I'm here at the Devil's Spring system in Florida to check it out. Behind me, one of the entrances to the cave is marked by a buoy. It's practically in the Santa Fe River. The river's got this kind of brown tannic water, and the water coming out of the spring is crystal clear. So when they mix, you get kind of cool colors, and I can't wait to check that out. The Devil's Spring system consists of 3 springs. Little Devil creates a short spring run out to the Santa Fe River, where there are 2 more, Devil's Eye and Devil's Ear. Cameraman Todd, cameraman Zach, and I are not the only ones unloading gear to dive this amazing spot. As we bring our gear to the steps, we can see down the spring run to the river. I can't wait to get in the water. All right, first you go up. There he is. Really nothing but chain.
Hello.
What's going on?
How you doing there, Todd?
Good.
Devil's Eye is a short swim down the spring run. And there it is. It's a little deceiving. From above, you can't really see how much water is coming out of this hole in the ground. Dropping down, we can see the entrance to the cave. Today I got real duty, which means I have to run our safety line from outside the cave into the main guideline, which is down by the warning sign. Each team runs its own reel for this part of the dive, both to keep track of how many teams are in the cave and so that we have a continuous guideline out to the light. After I tie into the main cave line, we can continue into the cave. The flow of water coming out of this cave is stronger than it looks on camera. We have to kick hard to make forward progress. That exertion uses a lot more air than we would use in other caves. Some sections of the cave are so large that there's no danger of kicking up sediment, so it's okay to use a more powerful flutter kick rather than a frog kick. In this section of cave, we can clearly see where water once flowed back when this cave was partially dry during the last ice age. Now, you might be wondering, where are all the stalactites? In our exploration of caves in Mexico and the Bahamas, we see beautiful speleothems, formations like stalactites and stalagmites formed by dripping water tens of thousands of years ago during the last ice age. Back then, sea levels were lower, and the caves were not filled with water. But here in Florida, the caves have almost no speleothems. According to geologists, it's because the water flow is so strong in these caves that it dissolved all the speleothems, leaving only these smooth passages behind. The rules of cave diving say that when you've used 1/3 of your air, you must turn around and start back. In this much flow, it doesn't take long for us to hit thirds because of the exertion. Soon we're drifting back out with the flow. We make it back to the entrance in a fraction of the time it took us to swim in. The good news is that we still have plenty of air, so we can go check out Devil's Ear. We swim through our own bubbles. Exhaled air in the cave collects on the ceiling and then slowly percolates through the porous limestone. It's like swimming in a big can of seltzer. Devil's Ear is located almost out in the river, so the clear water coming out of the spring mixes with the brown water in the river, making cool, swirling, psychedelic patterns. Wow, man. Down inside, I can look one way, and the water's brown. Then in the other direction, it's clear. The Devil's Spring system is a legendary cave diver's paradise stretching back thousands of feet from the entrance. We barely scratched the surface of this immense cave, so I guess that means we'll have to come back to this fascinating realm of the blue world.
Hey everyone, did you know that you now can become a Blue World member? Hit the join button down below and get access to cool perks like custom badges, early access to new videos, your name in the credits, and more.